ongoing thing.
Hey guys, welcome back to Jobless Developer. Before we jump onto the serious programming concepts, I just would like to explain few basic terminologies that we'll be using in the programming concepts so that you don't get confused in the future classes. Before we jump onto that, I just would like you guys to get the good scope of where you will be using the C language. So the first basic thing I'll start with is what is it and where is it used. C language is considered as a mid-level programming language, considered of a better way to write a low-level machine code which runs really fast, so fast, but takes a longer time to develop. That's the only drawback though. Over the years, C has kept true to its origins. It is considered as a procedural language but not object-oriented, and it remains its mid-level tradition on how it handles the memory management. C is taught in universities, and as I said it before, it is used to code operating system, microcontrollers, games, just about anything and everything. Even the popular programming language such as Python is coded with the help of C language. Just like any other language you learn, C has few basic things that you need to follow, such as vocabulary, syntax, and various rules. So you might be wondering what a vocabulary is. So let's go with the vocabulary. Vocabulary consists of keywords, operators, data types, expressions, and functions. Please don't scold me, guys. I know you understand. I properly know by now that you might be wondering why I said on the first day itself, why are you confusing me with a lot of technical terminologies? Okay, don't worry about these things. We'll look at these things later on. Let's jump on to the next part. The next part is nothing but the syntax. The syntax describes how these elements all fit together. That's easy to understand, right? How all the vocabulary fit together has been described in the syntax. Next, we'll go with the rules. The rules express what happens and in which order does it happen. It also helps to maintain the consistency in the language. Now, let's go back to the vocabulary part and let's know what keywords are, operators, data types, expressions, functions. What are all these things? Let's go and look at those things. At the core of the C language, there are its keywords. There are 32 of them and they are shown here. These keywords perform various tasks. Some of them, such as register and volatile, are rarely if ever used. As C is updated, new keywords are being added. Most of the latest crop appear with underscore prefixes. It's rare to use these new keywords even though they remain available. The second thing, no programming concept is complete without a set of operators, including the traditional arithmetic operators. C operators fall into various categories including rational, conditional, assignment, bitwise, and so on. Please guys, don't scold me. I will explain about these things in later classes. Just remember that no programming language is complete without a set of operators. And about these operators, I'll explain them in the future classes, in the future videos. It will be much simpler to you to understand rather than looking at them over here. All the values in your code are represented by using the data types that are expressed as a constants and variables. The C language classifies the values as data types such as integers, characters, floating points, or real numbers, whatever it is. All these things are being divided into these parts, and we will look at what these things are in the future classes. Just for now, understand that what data type is. The workhouse of the C language is a function. It's similar to a subroutine or a method found in other programming languages. Functions are like the machines that do something, or it's similar to something like a subroutine or a method that's found in other programming language. They exist in the C libraries, and a huge number of functions are available. More than the number of keywords are out there. You'll use a lot of functions in C, and you'll also write a lot of functions by your own. All the elements of the C language are expressed as the statements, and each statement has to be ended with the help of a semicolon. That's the main thing you need to understand it. Syntactically, these statements look like a sentence in a human language. And the statements, all the statements are collected in order to perform a function. As you can look at over here, the first thing over there, it's called as the name of the function. This braces indicates that the function has been started, and all the lines of code, all the statements that you write within this open and closed braces are considered as the operations that you are fetching, that you are telling your function to perform. For example, if it is an addition operation, then you say that I need to add two numbers. Just take the values of two numbers as an input and add them and give me the output of those two numbers. The functions can be just as simple as it is, or it can be too complex as well, depending upon what your client requires. So the final output, what we try to do is we try to solve the user needs with the help of these functions. And what all things you want the function to perform are being mentioned in the statements. Instead of writing statement 1 and 2, you write what the function should perform. So far, what did we learn? We learned what is a C language, then we learned where it is being used, and what are the keywords, what are operators, what are data types, and what are functions. In the later class, we will go through all these things in detail, so that I'll create a separate video for what is the keyword, what are the different types of keywords over there, and what is the speciality of each keyword. We will look at those things in detail. For all, we'll go with the operators, we'll go with what are the data types and how the memory is being allocated for individual data type. These are the in-depth concepts that we'll be looking in the future, so that you get to understand it in a clear way. And in future, whenever you try to implement these functionalities or these techniques, you will keep in mind everything, all the things such as what is the memory management, and if I allocated a memory for this particular element, then how can I delete that memory again after using it, so that I can help my computer to free up the space, use the free space for its work. Don't worry about all these things. We'll go into all these things in detail, and we'll start from the basic and we'll go to the advanced concept step by step. Thanks for watching today's video, guys. I hope you guys liked my video. In the next video, we'll look into in detail. Thank you and have a nice day.